Hi, this is Jacqueline here with another Grow video. Thanks for watching. This is not Sunday morning service, so let's get that clear. This is not Sunday morning service. I want to give a shout out this morning. I want to give a special shout out to Mr. Darren Wilson. You say, who is that, minister? Mr. Darren Wilson, don't think we forgot about you. Out of Ferguson, Mr. Darren Wilson. Remember what you did in Ferguson a few years back? We haven't forgot about that. So I just want to give that special shout out. See, we remember the victims. We remember the victims through the parents and through the community, But somebody needs to remember who perpetrated the crime in the first place. That's Mr. Darren Wilson. And I believe Mr. Darren Wilson is still trying to get a job as a police officer, last I read. So he wanna, I guess felt he got away with it, and he feels emboldened to go and get another job as a police officer. So Mr. Darren Wilson, if wherever your resume lays, even though I'm sending your love your way, I hope that you change your ways. I pray that you change your ways, Mr. Darren Wilson, in your next line of work. All right, I want to get on into warriors and kings and rebels. I got a good message this morning. I'm going to tell you something. My people, the way we've been going about it wrong. We got it a little twisted, okay? Because we're not from here. We adopted the traditions and the customs that are here in this country. They used to use the Bible on the ancestors, back in slavery days. They used the Bible on the ancestors and would make them act right. Tell them you can't steal, you can't run off, you can't talk back. And they would use the Bible that way. But really the Bible is to be used for reproof and correction. So but in righteousness. That's what it says in the word in Timothy. And so I want to let you know that what we need to do is get back to where we came from. That's what I'm doing. I'm not here to preach the gospel of Jesus. I'm not here for that. But I'm here to incorporate our African American customs and traditions and methods of praying back into where we are now here in the United States. We can debate, whether Jesus died on the cross for our sins. If you want to believe that, believe that. I believe the sacrifices that were made for in the name of a lot of things. So, and I believe it. So, because there's been kings that came after him. Dr. King was a king. He was truly a king. People want to talk about Dr. King, and then they want to say, well, Dr. King used to chase women, or whatever they want to say about him, Well, we all human. I know that. I know how long it took me I was hard-headed. I know how long it took me to get it right, and some of us, it take a little longer. Some of us, it takes sooner. But I do know that Dr. King got it right. Dr. King knew he had a purpose here on earth. He had a mission. We start off in this world, but in the end, we don't be of this world. You see what I'm saying? We start changing our way of thinking. We don't think that way no more. We may start off doing wrong or start off getting over, but we stop doing all that. At some point you start getting it together. So then you go to Christ to ask for forgiveness. And then Christ forgives you. But where the church got it wrong is on that one day that you be right, and the rest of the day you're on your own. It's not like that. Every day we live in honor to God. Every day we live in honor to God, to our ancestors, to make them proud. Okay, let me get on something real quick. The Spirit be giving me so much. Okay, in 1619, when the ship docked in Virginia, God had told Abraham before, my people are going to go away for 400 years, and then they're going to rise again with substance. I'm going to judge those who afflicted them. Okay, now we on the cusp of it right now. We at 400 years, we 400 years later. And I don't know if you noticed, but some things have been going on right now. It's been a rising up. And then the Lord put on my spirit, because I used to minister on the radio, but the Lord put on my spirit, you need to put some videos out. So, I got up and started making videos. I didn't think nothing of it. I just wanted to make a couple videos and put my opinion out there about police brutality and other things. But I'm going through a journey over here. I live in a haunted house with spirits, and I'm going through a journey, but it's good spirits in this house. It's a lot. I can tell you, it gets real deep, but I'm not going to get into too much here, but it'll come out later in the book. But what I want to tell you is, we are on the cusp of it right now. This right here, what this grow is it's not a program, really. It's a movement. Because what I want you to do, you gonna get up. You finna rise up is what you're getting ready to do, and you don't know it. You getting ready to rise up, all of us. Now, you're gonna say, minister, well, some of us like what we're doing. Well, those are gonna be the rebels. And if you want to die a rebel, then you die a rebel. But I'm trying to get together God's kings and queens, because we on a mission of trying to make our people rise up. We continue on the legends that were continued on before. You see what I'm saying? Harriet Tubman freed the slaves. They just kept coming. All these legends, they just keep coming. They keep coming. They keep coming. We got legends who lift up African American people. We got legends who free the slaves. We got legends who lead marches, who fight for injustice and equality. We got legends who do a lot of things, who are kings and queens in God's army. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to do is get you up to be one of the legends in God's army. See, I can't, I can do it by myself, but, my voice is only so loud. I can only reach so much. So what I'm trying to do is get God's people to rise up. Let's get right in our mind. Let's stop oppressing ourselves. Let's stop putting this drug in our body, this cocaine, this heroin, this alcohol. Let's stop selling crack to the mama who trying to feed her babies who got a habit. Let's stop doing that. Mr. Crack Man, can you please go get a job and stop selling crack to the community? Please, I will help you find a job, so you can stop selling crack to the community. Mama, who own crack, look at your baby, who looking at you, get your life in order. Put that stuff down. It ain't gonna take you nowhere but to the grave or to jail. Now you can decide where you want to go right now, or you can decide if you want to live for your baby. So that's what I'm trying to do, is help our people to rise up, our community. Look at your community. Just look at it. Look what didn't happen. Okay, you got free. You ain't enslaved no more, but now you enslaved in your mind. Now they done pushed the drugs out to you. Now you done took this stuff, thinking that there's a better way. Ain't no better way through no drugs. You ought to know that by now. You ought to see that. But some people want to keep on with the cycle, because that's the definition of insanity, is doing the same thing, expecting different results. You just steady going. Okay, you done seen your brother over here, what happened to him when he tried crack. Seen your sister over here, what happened to her when she tried crack. The kids in the system, being raised by who knows who. We need to get it together, people. We need to get our children. I'm going to tell you something right now, and I'm speaking over my child. I got a child right now who got 2 kids in the system, who out there. And she hard-headed. She just like her mama. She hard-headed. But I'm speaking over my child that one day she gonna raise this one that I got. She gonna raise her own children. She gonna get it together. She gonna listen to me. She gonna get on board with this movement. And I'm gonna tell you something. You out there, the doctor done gave you all that medicine. Don't take all that medicine that doctor gave you. That stuff ain't doing nothing but making you sicker. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Last year, when I had my back injury, 2 herniated discs in my back, bus driving for over 20 years. When the doctor gave me all this mess, he's steady trying me out on this nerve stuff. They giving me shots in the back, I done went through so much with my back. And then he experimenting on me. Well, let's try this. Every time I go in there, no, doc, that don't work. No, but then finally, it hit me like a ton of bricks. Because one day he gave me something that I couldn't even walk. My son had to carry me out the house to the ambulance. I got to the hospital. Then they told me, they done all kind of x-rays. They told me that, hey, you starting to develop a colon infection. So what was going on was the doctor trying to help me with my back. But in the meantime, he done started messing up some other stuff in there. So I'm like, hold on, doctor, no, I got to do something different. So what I'm doing now is I don't take no pain medicine. I take herbs for my back. That's what I do. And I get up and I move. I clean my own house. I clean my house from top to upstairs is the kids. But down here where I am is spick and span, but I make sure they stay on top of theirs. And I clean my own house. I wash my own dishes. I do my own laundry. I do everything. Yeah, my daughter, she happy. But, I'm telling you to get up and start moving. Stop making them kids do everything for you. It's okay for them to go get you a glass of water or something like that every now and then. But stop making them kids go run here, run there, take care of the baby, change the diaper, fold the laundry, cook the food. You get up. Get up. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Get up and take care of them kids. They ain't supposed to be taking care of you now. You supposed to be taking care of them. So what you want? Them to take care of you now? And then when they get grown, they still gonna take care of you? No. You supposed to be taking care of you and them kids. Get up and do your housework. Because see, that's what, when you get up and get to moving them muscles in that back, because if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. So get up and get to moving and move your back and start, twisting and turning and, that's how you exercise. That's how you exercise. And I love getting up and cleaning. Because I'm going to tell you something. I could lay in the bed. I used to like to watch the 300-pound people. I could lay in that bed, and that's what would happen to me. But I can tell you something about my husband and my daughter. They ain't going to wait on me hand and foot. So I already know that ain't the route to go. I got to get up and move. So you people, even you, those of you who are in the bed and can't move, begin to move. Stop eating pork. Watch what you put in your diet. You don't have to eat to the point where you get full. That's not the point. You eat until you begin to get full, and then you stop. If you're trying to lose weight, I'm telling you, I done lost since I began on this 3 to 4 week journey I'm on, because I just started making the videos about 2 weeks ago. Since I've been on this journey, I've lost, I know, about 30 pounds. My husband looking at me crazy. I always said I was going to lose weight. And now, thinking better about myself, thinking better about my life, my marriage, my children, and then just thinking about what I'm putting in my body, what I'm doing, you just, it comes naturally, because pork is swine. And I'm going to tell you something, I love BLTs, but I cannot. I tried to eat a piece of pork. I can't even do it now. I'm going to tell you, you need to leave it alone. I used to cook a bucket of chilies just for myself, but it's not good. See, that's what they used to feed us. It's swine. Them pig ears and pigtails and pork neck bones and all of that stuff. It's got to go. Yeah, I can't get rid of my neck. No, you got to. And once you do, you ain't going to miss it. Really. And I'm going to tell you something. If you take a piece of turkey bacon and fry it in the pan, it comes out crispy. You can make a BLT with that. It's better than pork. Really, pork is just not good for you, and it causes high blood pressure. See, that's why the high blood pressure that came on down the line, generation after generation. You wonder why you got high blood pressure, because that's the foods that your ancestors were forced to eat a lot of times. Is that pork? Them leftovers that they don't want. The chitlins and the pig ears and the pigtails and the feet. That pig is an unclean animal. It really is, and many of you know this. It's an unclean animal, and And I pray that you will leave that alone. You know, we don't have to have meat. I realize that. We don't have my daughter actually started, you know, eating better on a vegetarian diet. I'm not vegetarian, but I do watch what I eat. You know, I eat a little bit of beef, a little bit of chicken and turkey, you know, but my portions are very small. They're not real big at all. So, you know, what I'm trying to do, I want to build up the community. So how we build up the community, we begin with ourselves. So we start by saying, we put in our mind that this great creation God gave us, we put in our mind that I'm done with drugs. I'm done with alcohol. I'm done lying. I'm done with this lifestyle. I'm done cheating on my husband. And I want to build my wealth and invest back in my community. And once we begin to do that, people, that's how we rise with substance, like the Lord said. He's going to bless us. He's going to give us glory. So that's how we begin to build our community. And I need help. I need people. I need celebrities. I need people to come. I don't care what you did in the past, because that's not who you are now. I need you to come and tell people, like I'm doing, that they're slinging drugs, taking crack cocaine, and shooting up heroin, losing your kids in the system, losing your job. That's not the way to go. You know, that is not the way to go. And that's how, you know, we begin with ourselves. And that's how we make things better for our environment and everywhere. So this is a movement. Grow is a movement, okay? So I want you to get on board and grow with me. I love you. Peace to the next video.